Something's on. All right. And welcome to another Marvel show. I'll have Angel coming on here in just a moment. But thank you guys for coming out last night to the Teachers Are Heroes edition with Brandy Roberts. Last night it was wonderful. We got to talk a lot about the new upcoming year, some of the struggles that they were going through. So if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. It'll be uploaded to YouTube tomorrow. So if you missed it, you want to see it, it'll be on YouTube tomorrow. Make sure you check it out. Also, make sure you go and subscribe. We got some football up this weekend. From this weekend, we got that new stuff up, so go check it out. Like, subscribe, check out the channel. We got lots of stuff for you guys to be watching. You name it, it's on there. Football, sports, all sports, Marvel, comics, toys, you name it. It's all on Dash of Life channel. And so I hope you'll go check it out. So we're just waiting on Angel to pop up, and we'll be ready to go for Marvel What If 5 and 6, little Shang Chi, and some other news that's come out over the last couple of weeks. So stand by and I'm just curious as to what he's going to have. Oh, he doesn't have anything on the TV.
I know. I was like, fuck, oh my God, I need something. But I did put something on that's very interesting. One of my favorite shirts, and especially it's Comic Book Day. Like,
Deadpool. There you go, Deadpool.
I mean, if you don't like Deadpool and you don't like kittens, you're dead.
Well, all right. Lots to talk about.
Yes.
Lots to talk about. Even my wife has specific questions for this episode, which I'm like, first of all, she's the one that goes, I wonder what he's going to have on his TV today. So you really impressed the wife with the TV stuff.
I'm so sorry that I didn't have anything. I actually had to go and do some firing today, sustainment firing, and got home and I was like, all right, I'm gonna hang out on the couch. And then I looked at Facebook and I saw you like 30 minutes of showtime. I was like, I gotta go get the kids. So I was like, oh, so yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's good. She can suffer through one show without.
Yeah, I'll on her next time for you.
She really enjoys these shows. She's like, when's y'all's next show? And I'm like, well, we're coming. We got to work around schedules in here. So I am glad you're back.
I'm glad to be back.
All right. Well, we got Marvel What If 5, 6, Shang-Chi, some new stuff coming out that just, I don't know if we know dates are released. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit about last night about what those movies might be.
Yep.
And then some other stuff that's going on. So we'll get to that. Let's start off with Marvel What If number 5, Marvel Zombies.
Yeah. That is literally, like I said last time, that's literally one of my favorite Marvel, kind of like almost like non-canon, canon storylines. For some of you guys that don't know, Marvel Zombies was created by Mark Miller and Robert Kirkman. It comes back from Ultimate Fantastic Four. The story, how it started up was they were messing with, time travel and stuff. And Mr. Fantastic sees himself and they start talking to each other, and that's, all hell breaks loose because they're actually zombies.
Yeah.
And then we come to find out down the road with Wolverine that he was trying to get this box and this suitcase, and he didn't know what it was, but he was trying to save get it from bad guys. He gets it. It breaks, and everyone starts to turn into zombies. It's a bioweapon. And Magneto comes involved later on, and Magneto tries to save the world before it happens to the next universe. But then it's a little too late, and we have zombies all over the place. That's the comic. That's literally, and it's gone on for, I think, 6 volumes, 7 volumes now. It's a great book, great read. If you get a chance to see it, read it, grab it. It's a fun read. But that's not how this show went.
And if for any of y'all that don't know, Robert Kirkman did Walking Dead.
Yes.
So that's why it's a big deal. So yeah, this had nothing to do
My oldest is like,
yeah, this episode had nothing to. Well, I won't say it had nothing to do with the comics, but what did you like better from the episode than you did the comics?
so besides the art and besides the storyline that they used, because they used the Infinity War storyline.
Yeah.
I liked how the heroes that we all know and love, and that we got to see in the MCU, like Vision, they made him more of a villain. Each of these characters were more or less a villain, and also at the same time, like, what do we do? And for this, which was so fantastic about it, was that they literally made this not about the A-list characters. It was more of a B-list character kind of thing. They allowed the B-listers to be more seen, and they had more time. So I mean, I'm talking about Bucky, I'm talking about Wasp, I'm talking about
Happy Hogan.
Happy and Karen. They had more of a presence in this. I did enjoy the fact that they're talking about the quantum realm and how it started through the quantum realm and not time travel and stuff. Because I mean, we already dealt with time travel before, and now we're kind of dealing with the quantum realm. So I think that was really interesting how they put that in there, and it was. I mean, really, in the last that's episode 5. So in the last 5 episodes, Ant-Man kind of screwed everything up. He can kill the entire.
Way to go, Janet.
Yeah, damn it, Ant-Man, you and your wife, man. So I that's what I liked about it. It was a different story, it was a different take, but you knew where it was going, only because everyone's dead, everyone's zombies, But it was almost like Infinity War still, because, like I said, obviously the ending. You have Thanos sitting there, and he's a zombie, but he's got all the stones, and he's just waiting on one stone to come. So that's why
waiting on the Mind Stone.
Yeah.
So do you think that this was created to stop him?
No.
Just a curious question I
had.
Yeah,
no.
I mean, think about it. They were trying in every reality. There's something, and I was just wondering, like. Was she going in there because they knew Thanos was coming, and they were trying to stop it? One thing I did notice is the Watcher is getting closer.
Yes.
Every episode he's getting closer. So something's about to happen with him.
So we have
I think what I like
bits, and then we have 7, 8, and 9.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to get 2 more episodes. I think we're going to get 1 more episode for one more big hero. Okay.
We haven't seen Thor yet, have we?
We haven't seen Thor, and I think that's going to be the Party Thor episode tomorrow. I think that's what that is going to be. And then I think we're going to literally get the Watcher standing literally on Earth, just going, okay, I have to intervene because shit is going on in different realities, and something big is coming, and I have to take these people and create their own team, because the teams on their realities are just gone. Yeah. So I think that's what we're going to end up getting. And I think we're going to get like a Guardians of the Multiverse or something like that. And we're going to actually see something like that down the road when it comes to the live action, like I've been talking about.
Live action.
Which I think would be awesome. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I would love to see Ant-Man's head in a Futurama case with, Doctor Strange's cape flying around.
Yeah, with the cloak of levitation.
Yeah, the cloak of levitation. And it'd just be like, hey guys, and you have both Paul Rudds talking to each other. I think it'd be fantastic. It would be hilarious.
That would be fantastic. That's one of some of the best parts of, or what I thought, and some of the comparisons that I saw and some of this, just the Spider-Man and his zombie land, doing the whole how to survive zombie. So I got a little zombie land vibe. You got obviously Okoye and Michonne. You got the Walking Dead reference there when she slices.
Futurama references,
Yeah, the Futurama.
And I the dad jokes. The dad jokes has got it for me, I mean, we were watching it and I was like, dude, this is too funny. And my kids are like, Dad, it's really not that funny. I'm like, yeah, it is. So funny. My wife, Jasmine, just looked at me and she's like, you're such a dad. You're just dumb. I was like, but they're fun. Like, the jokes are funny, like they're stupid dad apocalyptic jokes. Like, it's something dads would say. But no, I I would love to see how they intertwine all these characters together.
I like the obviously the when the the cloak of levitation wraps around Ant-Man's head and he goes Wingardium Leviosa. So you got the Harry Potter feel on there. So another thing I picked up on, and maybe I'm Peter and Hope in that world.
Yes. Yeah.
Peter and Hope had a little. In 2 weeks they had a.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks they had a thing going on. So what I mean.
A lot of. I've talked to a couple of guys at work, and they kind of were like, "Yo, dude, are you sure they weren't smashing?" And I was like, I mean, the way she looked at him while she was about to die, and listening to the story about what his Aunt May would say, and say like, "I need more smiles from you," you know. Yeah. It was almost like she took care of him as a child, like that was her kid, even though they're almost maybe like what 10 years apart.
10 years apart, probably.
Yeah. It was almost like she was his aunt, you know what I mean? Like, or like a big sister almost kind of thing. Like she took care of him. She helped him, you know, become an adult faster than he would in the regular MCU, you know, because you see him in all these movies, he's still a kid, you know, and he's still like, I'm in high school. I'm still a kid. Like, what do I do? But in this, it was like, he had to grow up quick. He had to. And
he lost every mentor he had.
Yeah, I mean, Stark's gone, his aunt's gone, Aunt Ben obviously is gone for a while now. MJ's gone, you know, Ned's dead, like everybody was gone, and it's just like all the mentors he had was Bucky, which Bucky looked like he was half the time just drunk. Happy, Happy's like, I don't like you, kid, you know. So I mean, everybody he had to look up to. The only person he really had to look up to, like a mentor, was, you know, Hope. And for Hope to take that and be like, all right, I'm going to treat you like as such, as a small brother or younger brother, or like my nephew. It was a really heartfelt part. But I do think he found his next mentor, obviously, with Black Panther, you know, because Chadwick, obviously, he did the role again for that episode and stuff. I will make you popcorn in a second, dude. Oh yeah, leave on my couch. It's cool, dude.
Yeah, I agree. I think I got more of the big sister, you know, big sister, big or little brother vibe as well. That was the question. My wife, she was, I want to know if they're flirting. Are they together in that world? I'm like, no. Well, obviously they're not together because she. Yeah. So,
I have a question. Do you think Bucky died?
That was my question. Where did Bucky go? Where did Bucky go?
He got thrown.
Yeah, Wanda threw him, and I don't think he's gone.
No, we've seen him fall from higher heights and survive. Yeah. Literally from trains and planes. So maybe he hit an automobile this time. You know, trains, planes, and automobiles. Yeah, I mean, for some of the young viewers, I'm sorry, that was a movie back in the day, back in the 80s and stuff like that. If you guys didn't get my joke, you know, whatever. But I think he might have survived. Because I mean, you know, he can land on the arm and everything like that and stuff like that. So I think he might have survived that one. I think Wanda's gonna play a big part into this one again down the road. She's on
Baba Yaga.
Yeah. Which was so funny because I almost got like that John Wick kind of vibe because he kept saying it and I was like, that sounds like the boogeyman from John Wick, dude. Like, that's awesome, you know? So yeah, I think that was one of my favorite episodes so far.
Yeah, that was mine. It's right up there with the Doctor Strange one. Yeah. And I mean, only, like I said, I don't think there's any bad ones, but that one and Doctor Strange are probably my top two. Yeah. Is Hulk a zombie? Did she zombie him? We don't know. We don't know what happened to him.
Man, you know, I've gotten in arguments already with some of the guys that we were stationed at Tinker with, and you know, I'm like, yo, dude, think about it. Like, his regenerative form can only take so much damage, though. You know, it's like Wolverine. Remember when we watch the Wolverine movie and he's getting all those arrows and he's slowing down? His regenerative form is literally almost the same as the Hulk. But after a certain while, like, yeah, you're getting stronger and stronger, but you're becoming weaker and weaker because you can only take so much damage at the same time. So I think with the Hulk, he probably, me personally, think that he's turned. Because not only did he get bit by Wanda, but he's also getting bit by 20 other zombies all at the same time. And then he takes them off of them, but he bleeds. He's not going to regenerate like that. You know, he's bleeding.
Right.
You know, because he fought the Abomination and he still had regenerative parts still coming back when he had a bone in his arm, in his chest and everything like that. But you got to think about it. He takes 20 zombies off and then another 20 jump on top of him again. You know, they're all biting and scratching and ripping and pulling. So I think we're going to see the Hulk literally he's dead. He's going to be.
Yeah, I think he's a zombie for sure, for sure.
I think Bucky's alive.
Oh yeah, Bucky's alive. I hated seeing Sharon go, but I knew she was. I mean, the whole train, and the minute she's walking through there, and you hear the boom, I knew it was Cap. I knew it was Cap. I was like, oh crap.
Yep.
So, but I did into the line, buddy,
Mm-hmm.
and he cuts him in half with the. I did like seeing him carrying the shield. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, do we need a part 2?
Yeah, we need like
for next season.
Part 80, dude. Like, come on. Stop. So the problem, the problem is back in the day when they created this, you know, Marvel didn't really want to do zombie stuff. They really didn't want to do zombie stuff. They were too afraid it was going to alienate parents and scare kids. But obviously Robert Kirkman was able to hold back the scale of the broodiness, the blood, the guts, all that stuff like he has in The Walking Dead. So he was able to create that. And to this day, it's still one of the top selling books of all time. So for them to keep doing it would be a fantastic way. So then they can turn around and be like, okay, this is something that we have on Disney Plus. Why can't we push it up a notch, make a live action version, and put it through? Because, man, it doesn't have to be a part of the MCU. We already got the multiple timelines. Now we can create its own timeline and let it go. And the fun part is if they really want to do it, they need to hurry up and make the Fantastic Four and the X-Men, because you have to have those characters in there, or those characters in there, that whole group, because they're such an intricate part of the Marvel Zombies. You know, because you're talking about I think it was issue 5 when Galactus shows up, you know, and he's just like trying to eat the world, and it ends, and you're like, okay. And then issue 6, it's Galactus versus literally all of the Marvel Zombies, the entire Marvel cast that's in that book. And at the very end, you're like, okay, what happened to Galactus? And they all ate him and were able to take his body and like his body morphed with the zombie elements, and they flew off planet and started infecting all the other worlds around
planet. Yeah.
So I think that would be such a fantastic thing to do. It would be really, really cool to see him do something like that.
So yeah, you and I are on par with the live action for sure. I definitely want a live action zombie. Yeah. Marvel Zombies.
I would like to see Mark.
All right,
Robert Kirkman come and write this, and have the Russo brothers direct it. Make it a 3-part movie. Oh man.
Oh yeah.
And then bring in
perfect
on Evil Dead.
So you can bring back Tony and Cap and all the people that are dead. Just to bring them back for this.
Play it. Be like, dude, I get to play these characters again as zombies. Yeah, I'm gonna do. You know,
I'm in.
Yeah, I'm in.
All right, well, let's move on to What If, number 6.
Yes.
Killmonger, Tony, Wakanda.
Afghanistan.
Wow.
Yeah.
Afghanistan. You had everything. I mean, literally Iron Man. Basically, Iron Man 1 and Black Panther tied in together.
Yep.
What did you think of this one?
It was a good one. It kind of felt like a filler, but at the same time, it was really well put together. I liked the story, because everyone always, like, after Black Panther, a lot of people were talking about, oh, can Killmonger ever be redeemed down the road? This literally answered your question. No.
Is he redeemed yet?
Yeah. No, he
No.
Killmonger for a reason, you know.
Yeah.
And he even says it in the episode, like, Tony, when he's killing Tony, you and I are the same, but the difference between me is that you're not seeing why, you know, what I am doing. You know,
Right.
he's like, I'm trying to take care of, you know, the world. He's like, I don't give a shit. I'm taking care of what matters to me, basically, you know. Killmonger can't be redeemed, you know. And for Michael B. Jordan to come back and reprise the role and still give a fantastic performance as Killmonger, and then explain like, hey, all these notches on my body are all the deaths, and I really didn't want you to be one, but I guess you're gonna have to be. You know, it was just a really well put together episode. I liked that they brought back almost everybody from the cast. You know, you got Michael B. Jordan, you had Chadwick Boseman coming back, and then you had the cast from Black Panther, except for Shuri didn't come back. They had another chick, another woman. Tony wasn't played by Tony, obviously by Robert, and Pepper wasn't played by Gwyneth Paltrow. But everybody else was there. Even Rhodey was there, you know. And so I appreciated that. I liked it. I liked the story. I liked where they were going with it. I can't wait to kind of see what episode 2 would go, because that's going to get very interesting. Because the way it ended, it felt like Shuri was going to end up, because she can't be Black Panther, so maybe she can create her own Iron Man suit and be Ironheart in that reality, you know.
That was the question I had. That going to Pepper, that was the first question I said. She's going to be either she's going to be Ironheart or Iron Man or Iron Woman or whatever the case may be, something in that nature. But I think the only part of this show that just bothered me was that he killed T'Challa
and Rhodey,
and I mean, personally, I don't think you needed to do that to drive the story. You could have, you know, crippled Rhodey. That's where he becomes War Machine and helps.
Yeah, or even crippled, T'Challa. You know, that would have been a good one. But I think the problem is that with this one is that, you know, Chadwick is gone, and we're really never going to get a Black Panther ever again. Until Shuri ends up taking over the mantle and everything like that. And to see them, I think what it was is that they were just like, okay, let's kill him. You know, let's kill him and you know, we'll just keep going on, you know, with all the episodes. Because these were already filmed before Chadwick had passed away. Right. So, and then Chadwick passes away, and it's like, well, shoot, we can't refilm this. You know, so it's just kind of like, okay, well, we got to go with it. And I feel like this episode was that episode of just, you have some fans, which I've seen on Twitter, just like, this is BS. They're losing their minds. How dare you ruin Chadwick's legacy as Black Panther? It really wasn't a ruin. Like, they didn't know he was going through all this chemo, you know.
Right.
And they didn't know what he was all the stuff that he was going through. So to say that Disney and Marvel ruined his legacy is one, irresponsibly. Just stupid, you know, to say that. It's just a bunch of fanboys. But I do agree they could have done something better, with Rhodey at least, or even T'Challa. You know, just done something a little bit better. But it was a good episode. I enjoyed it.
It was a great episode. One of the best parts to me was the Queen being the general of.
Yeah.
Queen Verunda being the general of the. You know,
the Malarge. Yeah.
Yeah, I lost the train of thought there. Yeah, that was perfect. I wouldn't have been upset if she was in the real Black Panther in the actual movie. That would have been fantastic. Her and Okoye just tearing it up,
killing it. You know.
Yeah.
But she did a fantastic job. I always saw her as like the queen of the Malage, and you know, obviously you have Ogoye as the general, as the general of them all and stuff like that. So yeah, it was cool to actually see her in action, because obviously when you're watching a live action, she was just kind of like, I'm the queen, I'm mom, you know, and they treated her as such. But I would have loved to see her like actually in battle and not just kind of hiding and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Obviously,
agreed.
it's Angela. It's Angela Bassett. She's like pushing 60. She's probably like, I'm not doing all that crazy jumping around. I'll leave it to Chadwick and Michael B fighting each other. So yeah, no, it was really cool. I liked it. What I did like about it is obviously, you're talking about 10 years down the road or before the events of Black Panther. So you're seeing a younger Shuri. And
Yeah, younger Shuri, even a younger Killmonger.
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part.
yeah, and my wife was just like, she looks like shorter. I'm like, well, this is 10 years before the events of Civil War. She's like, oh, that's right. So yeah, it was really cool to see like the age difference between her and Pepper, because you were literally seeing like a 15-year-old kid talking to a 30-year-old adult.
Yeah.
So that's what I liked about it. I liked how they didn't just turn around and be like, all right, we're gonna make her an adult, and it's like, she's not an adult though.
No, she's not.
Yeah,
They follow the timeline. I guess it's going to be they're obviously, because I've seen leaked pictures. Her and Pepper are going to be doing something with the Mélange. But so I just we know that Okoye doesn't trust.
Yeah.
Okoye doesn't trust Killmonger. Shuri obviously doesn't trust Killmonger.
Pepper,
He's going to take him.
Like,
now Pepper and Happy were ticked off at the moment he was promoted to head of security, but they played it well. I like I said, overall, it was a good episode. It was filler to me. I'm sure there's going to be more.
Yeah.
Where it comes into play. So I'm excited to see that down the line. You don't think he's going to redeem him? So you think he's unredeemable? I kind of think he's going to have to, once he puts on the mantle of the Black Panther, once he's in full outfit, I don't think he redeems himself, but I think his attitude will change a little bit.
I thought that too. And then I kind of rewatched when he got the Black Panther serum in him, and he was in the astral projection into the astral lands, and T'Challa's talking to him, and to listen to the dialogue again and actually trying to break it up. T'Challa wants him to change. He wants him to be redeemable. The problem is, and even T'Challa says it, he's really talking like, okay, yeah, you killed me. You're gonna have to repent for your sins, basically, for what you did. If not there, then when you come here.
Yeah.
I think that's where he's not gonna give a shit. He's not gonna care. Because I mean, the man literally took out he took out Tony Stark, and he took out Tony Stark's best friend. So you think about it, when he killed his best friend, he was like, oh, whatever. I mean, you knew it was coming. I don't think I had to kill you, but now I'm gonna have to kill you. And then he kills his cousin, and kills those three. Like, it's like, okay, cool. It's to that point now. It's like, is he really a redeemable character at that point? I don't think. I think he's always gonna be that villain. And the only time he will realize, okay, I royally messed up, is when he is in the astral plane, and all of the Black Panthers are going to be there. And even his uncles or his dad's going to be there. Even though he wasn't a Black Panther, he was still part of that family. His dad will show up, and his dad's just going to be like, you royally screwed up. Now you have to deal with the ramifications on this side,
Does he know what happened to his dad in this timeline? I know they said gang war, but I got a feeling he knows kind of what happened to him.
Yeah, I think he did. I think he kind of knows. I think it's kind of still like Black Panther, where he kind of knew, like, hey, yeah, my uncle killed my dad, But of course, he's not going to say that in front of everybody. He's going to be like, yeah, it was gang violence. He would rather have the king say, yeah, I killed my brother. And so I think that's where he's kind of waiting, or we may see that power struggle when they do an episode 2 of that. We're going to see that power struggle between the king and Black Panther. And then obviously the Black Panther's like, well, I thought I was the king of this place. Oh, no? Okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and kill you then. And then turn around and be like, oh, is this your king? Well, he's the one that killed my dad. and then be like, everybody's like, oh wait, what? You know, and then they all bow to him as he's like the war. He end up being like a warmonger almost.
Yeah, that's what my wife said too. She's right there following along with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for next or tomorrow, I should say. I'm excited for tomorrow's and obviously the rest that are going on. I kind of wish sometimes they were longer.
Yeah.
Especially with this past episode, I would have liked to have seen a little bit more between Shuri and Pepper and where that was going. The zombie one was fine where it was at because, like I said, when I texted you the other day, we're getting that, maybe we're getting a live action. I hope they continue on with even the animated. That'd be kind of cool. It's on its own. Push it off, take it out of the what if, and just give us a Marvel Zombies, whatever they do, live action, that or something. I'd like to see that continue. So I agree with that. Yeah, his drive and his what's driving him is the same as it was in Black Panther. So in a way, I'm glad that didn't change because I think that would have changed his entire.
Yeah.
If you'd given him a totally different drive, it would have given him a totally different character. So I applaud where they stay, and they've done it through almost all the what ifs for the most part. The only one that just didn't seem like it just had a part where it changed other than well, I take that back. I guess how it happened was when he picked up the missile and changed Tony, and that's what changed the whole dynamic of that universe.
Yeah, Tony seemed more like almost. Oh man, hey.
He was still the playboy. He was still arrogant, still the playboy.
Yeah,
he kept getting drunker.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I just feel like he was more patriotic, like crazy patriotic. Like most Americans, we're all patriotic in our some different ways. But even him just turned around and just like, yeah, you know what? I'm tired of the way, like, it was almost like political with him. Like, I'm tired of the way we're treating our troops out there. I'm tired of them dying the way they're dying. So what we're going to do now is Navy SEAL, Killmonger over here is he's going to run this program, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, and we're going to kill everybody, and it was just like, shit, like, okay. So he almost had that, like, crazy political, like, warmongering type of feel to him. But I also even saw it as, like, he was still obviously battling with his own PTSD because he almost died. But then you even think about it, he even looked more or less I'm trying to think of the best word for it. Kind of just more dickish, really.
Yeah. That's
yeah.
He was arrogant. He was an arrogant.
Yeah.
Prick.
Yeah, he really was. He really was. It wasn't Tony that we all know.
Yeah.
So,
what'd you think about the Gundam?
That was funny.
The Gundam suits.
That was funny. That was hilarious. He's like, well, if it doesn't work, we will have the most expensive Gundams.
Yeah.
It was really cool, and I liked how even Killmonger was still like a fanboy in his own way. He's like, what? I like anime, And I mean, a lot of military guys to this day like anime. They like comic books, So like, if we had a chance to wear suits like Iron Man or take Captain America serum, or stuff like that, 100%. Anybody in the military would jump on it, because that's what we grew up with.
I felt it was a good nod to Iron Man 2 and Yanko and making the drones in that one. I felt that was a really good throwback and homage to that. Because that's probably what it would have been had he not. I mean, I guess that's the what if. It would have been those had it not been him putting on the suit. So
right.
All right. Well, yeah, that was, man. It was 5 and 6 were good. 5 probably 5 and the Doctor Strange still my favorite so far.
Yeah.
I mean, not that, like I said, none of them have been bad in my opinion. Still love the animation. The animation just rocks everything. I love that they bring they try to get they have most of the original actors playing their parts. That even makes it even more special, like we talked.
Playing Jarvis again was just fantastic.
Oh yeah,
fantastic.
All right, well, let's talk about Shang Chi.
You finally watched it.
I'm gonna tell you this. Holy Moses, that was one of the best fighting. Just all the fight scenes were phenomenal. Everything about that fight was phenomenal. I got Jackie Chan vibes from and I got
Bruce Lee vibe.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon vibes when mom and dad are fighting. And that got, man, just all around, what an awesome, for lack of a better term, it was awesome. Origin story.
Yes.
Just a man, and I like I was telling wife and everybody, in the comics, it really was the rings. It was the 10 rings that went on your fingers. But I like what they did with the bracelets. I really like the ring bracelets that they had.
Yeah.
Man, that was phenomenal. And I didn't see, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen this movie, spoiler alert, you need to turn it off right now.
Yes, because we're going to talk some spoilers, because shit's about to hit the fan with the MCU with this movie.
I didn't see the ending coming the way it was.
Yeah.
I knew, well, part one of the ending I saw coming. I knew he was going to join.
Yeah.
Part two, I didn't.
Yeah.
And I don't want to spoil that just yet.
Yeah.
Everybody in there, from Michelle Yeoh to I can never think of his name still. The guy that plays Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Everybody fit their roles perfect.
Yes.
And I can almost put that into the top 4. That almost knocks Thor out of the top 4 for me. The original Thor, not no Dark World and not no Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Thor might just drop out of the top 4 for me, because everything about it was special, from the again, more coloring, more lighting, and the cinematography on it. Woo!
Yeah.
You felt like you were everywhere that they were at, and just the colors were vibrant, and some of the fight scenes where they're fighting was fantastic.
Yeah. So I will tell you this, being a father of 2 young boys, since they've been born, I've been taking them to Marvel films the whole time.
Yeah.
When I've taken both those boys, they're just like this. Oh, it's cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Mom, you see that? Cool. All right. This time, both those children were at the edge of their seats, like this. Dad. Oh my God. What's going on? And I'm like, holy crap, dude, my kids love karate. Love kung fu. They love whatever they were doing. This was a really great movie, really fantastic movie. I had friends of mine that literally, no joke, was like, this movie looks dumb. They're playing into the whole Asian thing because of Asian violence. They were doing political with it. I was like, dude, just go into the movie and watch the movie. Like, dude, it already looked cool from the premise of the trailers that were coming out. We can get back to the marketing of it, because I think the marketing sucked. Marvel kind of didn't do well on the marketing part. Well, we can get back to that in a second. But all around, all the actors and actresses did a fantastic job. I love the fight scene between Wong and the Abomination. It was fantastic. You can see Wong taking him back to the raft. You can see just the brother and sister fighting, which was fantastic in the ring. The relationship between Sean and his friend, how they were both intelligent, but they just kind of wanted to not do anything with their lives, because they're just like, we had overbearing parents, and also to even bring in like her family, and her family loves Sean, and they're like, yo, like, why don't you help her? And he's like, I do, like, I help her all the time, she just doesn't want to listen to me. So it wasn't just about him and his family, it was also about her family. It might have been very small, but it was about her and her family. to see recurring characters coming back, like I'm the Mandarin, you know,
Trevor,
Yeah.
Trevor.
you know,
What a way to milk it. What a way to milk a character. I mean, don't get me wrong. All right. Don't get me wrong. I understand what they did with him in part 3 of Iron Man. I get it.
yeah,
But to milk, I mean, and it's good to see Ben Kingsley back, and he's a little weasel in this movie as well, folks. He's just a little weasel as he was in Iron Man 3. But yeah, Trevor, it was good to see him. It was good to see how they tied it in, and now you don't go, oh, it was just a fake. This was a fake.
there was a reason.
Yeah, it makes sense, and that's pretty cool. I think the best part of the whole Abomination Wong fight, Wong opened up that portal, and it came right back, and Emil just punched himself.
Yeah, fantastic.
Knocked himself right in the face. What, Wong? You're the man, Wong.
Mm-hmm.
I want Wong in a fight, plain and simple.
Oh yeah, dude.
So,
Oh yeah, come on. He's too smart for people. He's fantastically too smart. My favorite part was just the CGI of the creatures that they created. You know, I remember when Mulan came out, the live action Mulan came out, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, why are you orientating dragons with Chinese culture? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that?" For Disney to go ahead and just do it again on this, because it does have to reflect down the road with Shang-Chi, you know, and Fin Fanchu and all these other types of dragons with that, was just fantastic. The way they did the CGI on these creatures, Morris was hilarious to me. You know, they're literally staring at this pillow-like thing with wings and no head. You know,
right.
And it was just
Pig chicken, or what was she? Pig chicken,
pig
or
chicken, yeah.
chicken pig, or something. What, I can't remember.
Yeah, it was something like that. It was just so funny. But the CGI, even on the oh my god, called it's almost like the Deadites or something like that. I can't off the top of my head at the moment. The creatures behind the wall, you know, them coming out, and just the CGI, how they're attaching onto people and like sucking their souls from. It was so beautifully well done. Even the fight scenes that were kind of like you said, one of the greatest martial arts movies of all time, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. You know how they did that with that. Just the movie itself, without the actual storyline, was just beautifully done.
Yeah.
It was just fantastic, and the story was really well written. I think it was really well written. I'm really excited to see how far they go with this story and with him. And just like you said, the rings were just awesome. You know, I love.
Like I said, we know after the second part of the closing credits, there's going to be a part 2, because they're going to have to settle some differences there, or whatever it was.
Yeah, that's a sibling rivalry that's about to be destroyed.
I didn't even know that there was. I guess I didn't even know that she was going to do that.
I didn't,
because she even hinted. She never made mention of it or anything. At least I don't remember.
No, the only time she really said anything was when she was looking at her aunt, and she remembers, like, with her dad wanted to let her do the tactics, wanted to let her train and stuff like that. So she had to do it on her own. And then obviously with her aunt's like, we're not like your dad. Everybody fights. Everybody learns. Everyone trains. You know, we find out what your strength is, and we have you utilize your strength. You know, so if it's either spear fighting or sword fighting, or if it's bow and arrows, all that type of stuff, everybody learns, everyone fights, everyone defends the village. Nobody runs, you know. So for her, that she took that as, oh man, okay, cool, I can be me. But then when Dad dies and Sean's like, I don't want this, destroy it.
Yeah, I don't want it.
She took the opportunity and said, well, why can't I just be, you know, the next Mandarin and just take over? So I didn't see it coming, but I kind of figured that's where the route was going to go down that road. And then when they did that end credit scene, okay, that's right. That made sense for her to be like, yeah, I'm gonna take it,
So did Dad know about Tony the whole? I mean, was he going after Tony? Obviously in Iron Man. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, this ties back all the way to Iron Man 1. This movie here ties all the way back to the very first MCU movie.
I don't think Dad knew about him because if you think about it, I'm trying to think about the best way to put this.
It was more just about just being the war and running the war and doing what they were doing, right?
Well, yeah, think about it. This is 2000. We'll say it's like 2025 in the storyline now. So,
24, I think.
Yeah, 2024, 2025 now in the storyline. So when you think about it, it's like, okay, cool. Did he know about him? Well, if we're going back, we say we go back 25 years. Sean's probably, 30 now, so he's 5 then, right?
Yeah.
So 25 years is 2000. Iron Man came out 2007, so you obviously subtract 7 of that. So I think he might have known him because at, what was it, 12 or 13, he sent Sean, or probably around 18, to go and kill somebody.
Yeah, he was in his teens because he left before the blip, and then the blip. So he didn't blip.
Yeah.
Because he didn't blip. So I know that for sure. He didn't blip. He was not a blipper.
But he also in his family blipped. So I think he might have gone after Tony, but I also don't think that they did go after Tony because you got to think about when you have a terrorist organization. Sometimes the leader tells you to do something, or any type of organization. You have your leader, and he's going to pass it down to all the other little commands, kind of like the military, right? You have 4th Air Force, and 4th Air Force passes along all their missions to other people, and then they go down. So I think that's what it was. It was just kind of like that. To me, I kind of see that group of the 10 Marines was kind of like a rogue group running the Afghanistan area at that province, Kabul province, and they were just kind of paid under the table by Obadiah and was like, "Hey, can you kill Tony for me?" And they're like, "Well, I mean, if the Mandarin's not giving us money, let's go ahead and take this money and we'll just take him out." You know what I mean? So I don't think he knew about them. I do think, on the other hand, he knew about the PIM particles when it comes to Iron Man. I mean, not Iron Man, Ant-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Because we do see the 10 rings again in Ant-Man, the first Ant-Man.
Ant-Man. Yep.
So I think he has to deal with that. And I think what that had to do with is he was going to send, I think he might have been hired by, oh my God, what's his name? From, they got, obviously, Yellow Jacket. He got hired.
Yellow Jacket.
Yeah. He got hired by him to come and kill Hank Pym so then he can take over the company. But obviously, because they're in San Francisco, he stays in San Francisco. So at that point, he's like, "I'm not doing that. I'll go to San Francisco, then I'll stay there and not have to deal with it." So then that's obviously we get the 10 Rings coming down a couple of years later. We got Scott. Scott takes over as Ant-Man and defeats the 10 Rings from taking over the technology. So I think that's where that was happening at. I don't think he was going after Iron Man. I think he was going after Hank.
Okay, that makes more sense. And like I said, I just love how they were just barely mentioned in, for a few minutes in the very first Iron Man movie. And here we are playing out 20 years later, and they're playing out, and that's what I like about, that's what I want in a movie series. And you guys can balk at me all you want. I want continuity and I want continuation of hooks that they throw at you. It may just pass you by. Something in Captain America. Think about it. Some of the stuff that was in Captain America Winter Soldier just played out in What If.
Yeah.
In Camp Lehigh and where they found. So I like that continuity. I like seeing that all these people know what they're doing, and it's not just making stuff off their head. So the 10 Rings is going to be around still for another
decade, at least.
Yeah.
Like we've talked about before, there's so many great villains And a lot of these guys have just there's such integral parts to the whole storyline, you know. And you throw them in for 10 seconds in a movie, and then 5 years from now, you're gonna see that same character again. You're like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like, it's just so fantastic writing. And for Disney and all them producers to be like, hey, let's remember these small little parts, because down the road we're going to use it. It's just awesome.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. I mean, yeah, and again, like I said, folks, this is one of the top 4 movies Marvel has done, in my opinion. One of the top 4. Just loved it. If you haven't seen it, go see it. We didn't ruin too much for you.
Nothing really, just the beginning, the middle, and the end. I mean, it's whatever.
Just the beginning, middle, and the end. We didn't ruin too much for you. So, but no, it's an excellent movie. Go see it. If you haven't seen it, tell us what you think. If you agree with us or disagree with us. So we've got some new news, I guess.
Yeah.
They added 4 dates. They added 4 dates to Phase 4. I believe it was.
Yes.
And I believe, you and I talked about this last night, I believe at least 2 of them are the Fantastic Four.
Yep.
And Captain America 4.
Yes.
I mean, the Captain America 4 is kind of a given. But I definitely believe Fantastic Four is in the make.
Yeah, I think so too. Obviously, we've already had Shang Chi. We've already had Black Widow. So now, what do we have left coming out? We have the Eternals. We have Doctor Strange. We have Spider-Man coming out. And everything else has kind of been like pre-production at this point. The pre-production is basically Blade. What else was there? The Marvels. And they're calling it the Marvels because we're gonna have Miss Marvel show. We're gonna have Captain Marvel, and then Monica Rambeau's version of Marvel also, or Captain Marvel, whatever they're calling her down the road. Who knows nowadays? So we got that going on, and then you're gonna have that's pretty much it, you know, for this.
Oh, you got Ant-Man, and you got Ant-Man Wasp in the quantum realm.
Yes. And obviously you have your Doctor Strange down the road too, which starts off next year. So we adding those four dates. I honestly think we're going to end up getting, like you said, Fantastic Four. I think we're going to get Sam Wilson's Captain America, so Captain America 4. And I think we're going to end up getting and this is just me speculating, I think we're going to get Thunderbolts. And I know that you asked me last time, what would my Thunderbolts team be? I got my names. I've got those numbers. Okay. And I think number 4 is kind of like a mysterious one. It really is. Because I started thinking about that.
I'm going Avengers. I'm going New Avengers. New Avengers. You're going to have the very first installment of the New Avengers, where you have, because you're going to have Cat 4 first. Yep. We've already got Shang-Chi. You're going to have obviously Doctor Strange. So I think he's going to join the New Avengers. Yeah. Wanda's going to be rehabilitated. So she'll be. So that's what, just my speculation, because I know we threw out a couple of things as we were talking last night, and I think it's an Avengers. I really do. I think it's either New Avengers, but I do like your Thunderbolt idea. Or is it going to be Dark Avengers?
So I think it's going to be either one of the two. I honestly think it's going to be either one of the two, because obviously, like, you have Madam Hydra going around making her team and stuff like that, but at the same time, like, I feel like with the Dark Avengers, you have to have Norman. You have to have Norman. Yeah. So I think that's where that comes in play. And I feel like you also, to have a Hawkeye, you have to have Bullseye to play that Hawkeye. Yeah. And we don't know if we're going to get Norman. We don't know if we're going to keep Spider-Man introduced into this. We also don't know if they're ever going to say all the Netflix stuff is really
and all them.
Right. So I think it's going to be more or less more like a Thunderbolts kind of. With number 4, I was thinking about New Avengers. But then at the same time, I was also thinking maybe it is Secret Invasion. So it is one of those, that right there, like those 2 movies, those 2 slots are kind of like, okay, you have 4 different movie ideas right there, you know, and it's kind of hard like to really predict which ones they're really going to be. Obviously, you can go on YouTube or you can go on Google and type in Phase 5, and there's going to be all crazy speculations, and everybody's going to tell you what they think. But and this is what we do: we tell you what we think.
We speculate.
Yeah, we speculate. But I mean, I feel like I just feel like it's going to be one of them. Really do, and I would hope even if they added 2 more and they just added those 2 in there, I think it'd be just amazing to have all that going on. But that Thunderbolts team I have.
All right, let me hear your Thunderbolts team.
So obviously, we're gonna have Black Widow.
Yep.
That's gonna be Yelena. Yelena's gonna be Black.
Yep.
So that marks off your spy tactic. You're very, how can I say, the person that's really going to really fund that team is going to be Baron.
Who?
Is going to be Baron.
Yep.
Zemo's going to be a part of that team. He's going to fund that team. He's going to, you know, he has the money. Hydra, they're in shambles still. Baron's going to have that money to fund that, really fund that team. We're going to have U.S. Agent because you have to have that Captain America type. But the next 2, you're going to kind of be like, okay, I can see what you're getting at. It's either going to be Red Hulk, which will be General Ross, or you'll have your Abomination.
I've been leaning towards Abomination right now, just because of the whole thing with Shang Chi and that. So that's where I lean to. I do like. You know, I would love to see Red Hulk. I'd love to see Thaddeus, but I don't know. Yeah. I'm
Thaddeus though. I think Thaddeus will be more or less the puppeteer moving around with Lady Hydra.
Okay. Well, then who's going to be Red Hulk?
Well, Thaddeus. That's if the dies, and then he obviously is like, all right, now I'm going to have to do it myself, and he injects himself, you know. But that's the funny thing is when you watch Civil War and you watch all the other movies before Black Panther, he looks like he's like almost like something's wrong with him. And then when you watch Black Panther or you watch Black Widow, he looks a lot younger. So I think he's already taken the serum, and he's going with it. You know, he just hasn't been angered enough to it burst out yet. So I think that's where we're going to get Red Hulk here soon. My last person, and a lot of people are probably going to be like, oh, why? No, why that person? I got Ghost.
Oh, no doubt.
I got Ghost. Because she played such
sense.
a small role in Ant-Man. I feel like she would be a great part of that team.
That's a good lineup. I agree. Ghost is. I didn't have her. For some reason, I had in Ghost spot. I had Agent Carter.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that a lot.
That's only. I mean, I had Abomination. I didn't have Zemo just yet.
Yeah.
My leader of the team was going to be Ross.
Yeah.
Just not Red Hulk. But I did have Abomination. I did have Black Widow. I did have U.S. Agent. And then I had Sharon as my last one. But that Ghost, because I don't know if Sharon's redeemed. I don't know what Sharon's end game is right now. I don't know. Still not sold on what her end game is.
Neither am I. And that's why I think Ghost would be a good intricate fit because, I mean, Zemo and the Abomination are already in the same spot. Who goes and checks on them all the time? Thaddeus, you know? And then you have Black Widow who's kind of like, I need to avenge my sister because Hawkeye killed her. And then you have U.S. Agent that just wants to be a part of something. So that's why I had that pick. And then Ghost just kind of like swoops in there, you know, because she's trying to get help from Goliath and everything like that, but obviously he's too old and everything like that, so she's gonna get pissed, and I feel like she's gonna turn around and be like, I feel like Thaddeus is gonna be able to help me not be able to keep materializing all over the place, you know. So that's why I had Ghost. I was like, you know what? I think Thaddeus can pull something off to help her.
That's a good one. I like that pick. All right, my wife has a question that she wanted to ask, and she wants to know if in the new Thor, will we get Hercules?
I think we will.
Because if I'm not mistaken, is it Russell Crowe? Is he not playing one of the Greek gods or something?
I think he's playing Zeus. Obviously, we know that we have the Guardians of the Galaxy going to be in it. We have Thor. We have Thor. And the reason I say Thor and Thor is because everyone calls Jane Foster's Thor Lady Thor, but she is Thor. And then obviously the old Thor we all know is going to probably change his name back to Odin's son. So obviously we have those characters. We're going to have Gore the Butcher, which is going to be fantastic because he plays a huge part into the symbiotes. Which is going to be, I'm so stupid excited for Venom right now because that's coming out in a couple
weeks.
And I feel like we're gonna have Beta Ray Bill is gonna be in this one, so that's gonna be interesting if we do get Beta Ray Bill. And I feel like we might end up getting Hercules. I think it's gonna be kind of like a little bit kind of small little thing, but Hercules also does play a big part in the Marvel universe, so we can see him down the road. You know what I mean?
Well, I think it would make sense if we're losing, just to say we lose Thor, because I don't know what his contract, I don't know the whole thing with Chris Hemsworth and all that.
I remember last time said, as long as they have me, I'll play whoever. I'll keep playing.
Yeah. So I would like to see Hercules come in because he was an integral part of the Avengers for a long time, taking over for Thor when Thor left and did things like that. So it kind of makes sense. That was the question. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, my wife did ask that question. She listens to me when we talk.
Yeah.
So
why
believe it or not, she did.
That our wives listen to us. Jeez. I know we're major dorks.
Well, this is fun. Yeah, this is where we got to wrap it up. Bud.
Yeah.
We got another one. Let's do another one after 7 and 8.
9. That's the last 3.
Or do you want to wait till the last 3, or do you want to? I kind of want to wait to do a single one on the last one so we can really
break it down because we know that one's at least an hour long. We know that.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's do that.
All right, so we'll do 7 and 8. We'll have some more news besides What If 7 and 8. We'll have some more news. I guarantee it. Every day something new comes down from Marvel.
Just like
be checking with us.
Did you see the trailer for Venom? I'm sorry, but did you see the new trailer for Venom?
I have not seen the new trailer.
Okay, so if you guys are watching, you're gonna watch this down on Facebook later on today or YouTube today. Go just type in Venom, George Kittle. If you guys don't know who George Kittle is, one of the top tight ends in the NFL. He plays for the San Francisco 49ers. My son's favorite player, number 85. One of the most genuine football players that are out there right now. He cares about everybody. He loves sports. He loves comic books. He did a trailer for Venom, and it's so funny. It's almost like he's talking about Venom and Eddie and how he's living with them. And how he's like, I can't live with these guys no more. Animal, crazy. They're always fighting each other. And it shows scenes from the movie, like they're in the apartment. And he's like, dude, this is the third TV. Like Venom gets so mad that he changed the TV to Sports Center and he throws the TV out of the window. And he's like, what are we doing? And he's like, ugh. And he's just all mad. He's like, it's the third TV in a week, man. Like, it's so funny. It's hilarious. I couldn't stop laughing. He closes the mirror. And it says, you look delicious. And it's so genuine, so funny. I couldn't stop laughing at work today. I was like, dude, this is so funny. They're like, Rios, when you go shoot, I'm like, hold on, I want to rewatch this, It's really funny. I can't wait to show my oldest. I just said George Kittle fanatic. So yeah, I put it on my Facebook. You'll see it.
I'll go check it out.
It's so, I was crying. It was so funny. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Any other words to say goodnight to?
Just I'm big into. I saw your last cast about reading and stuff, and the people that don't like to read, I get it. Sometimes reading's a little hard for certain people and stuff like that, and pick up a comic book, man. Just pick up a comic book and read it and have fun. Just turn off your brain for a minute and just read and admire the art and just have fun with it.
Absolutely. I agree.
I feel like comic books helps with literacy and all that stuff. So yeah, if your kids are having problems reading in school, go buy a comic book for them. And that, I feel like that's helped out my kids a lot reading.
A lot of people. A lot of people learn to read on just comic books alone, so I agree 100%.
So go pick up a comic book.
Not only that, not only that, but you get a lot more visualization with it. So I can't speak tonight, obviously, but thanks for coming on, buddy. We'll get ready for the next one. 7 and 8.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's coming, guys. So thank you for joining us tonight. I'm your host, Dash. That's Angel. We'll be back for another Marvel show in a couple weeks. We'll let you know. Good night.
Night.
All right.